What is happening, guys? Welcome to another FPL Surgery Fixtures versus Form video. Rich, as always, with me. He's been doing some transfers. You excited about your Mopai goal?
I was quite excited about that. I was on the stag do and you text me more pie. So this series is adding an extra element.
You actually had like a little lift when you were at the wedding.
I was on a stag do. I had
Stag
a
do,
little.
sorry.
Although I'd just seen Reading draw 1-0 in the 98th minute, so it was only a slight smile. I wasn't like knee sliding on the train or anything.
So in this, we basically, one of us has form, one of us has fixtures. We're only allowed to bring in players that are fitting of our team. So I've got form. I haven't been able to bring any transfers in. We thought it was fair if we left it for a while to actually find out who's in form. And Rich has only done one transfer, I think, which is...
No, I've actually done two transfers.
Have you?
Yeah, I've done two transfers now. So the first transfer I had to do, I brought in more pie because Brighton were top of the fixture ticker, but I had to take out Tony. And then last week I had to take out Ings and brought in Bamford.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
So apart from that, we got the same team. We obviously both got Sanchez captain each week to try and make it, a little bit fairer.
Yeah.
And then in the league table, I'm slightly above you.
By like
so
how many
slightly.
points? Like 3 points or something?
Yeah, I'm 5 points ahead actually.
Is that, and that's literally just a Mopai goal, isn't it? And maybe
More
a
pie goal
bonus.
and Bamford scored as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so both players I bought in because of good fixtures have scored.
That's
Bamford
good.
scored and Morpay, and they scored straight away as well.
Which is annoying for me, but it's really good for
Yeah,
the experiment, I guess.
I didn't want to remove Ings. I didn't want to remove Tony. And obviously they both have returned as well. But Bamford and Morpay have scored that little bit more. So actually, it's working so far. Three game weeks in,
it's doing
fixtures
well.
is edging ahead.
And I feel like we all knew that was going to happen, at least in the short term.
Yeah, let's see. Because I think there's going to be some interesting decisions that we have to make today.
Yes, and one of the ones that I wanted to bring you is Veltman off the table for transferring out?
Well, Veltman's back. Veltman played 45 minutes. He's no longer flagged on the FPL website.
I know, but for people who've been following, and even if you haven't, we said that we weren't going to use transfers for any bench fodder because they were just brought in to be on the bench in case one of our 11 don't play. Is Veltman included in that?
I think so. I think we can remove... I guess another key rule we have to say is that we have to keep a player for 5 or 6 weeks as well once they're transferred in.
Bring them in.
So Morpay would be excluded from this. But I know where you're asking, and I can see it's my team up first, isn't it?
Yes. So
by the rules.
I'm just curious. Yeah.
I mean, I think Veltman should be included because he's still a rotational player. Technically, the fodder in this team is a Marty. Marty and Gilmore are fodder. Veltman was actually bought as a starter.
Okay, cool. I'm just curious because it means that's gonna change some of the stuff, but that's good to know. I think you're right. I was just I was hoping you would say no.
Yeah, I mean, it won't change what I've got to do this week, I don't think.
No, but it will change what I've got to do, and I can finally make transfers, and I've got 2 free ones, so we'll see. But your team's up first, so fixture ticker. Who is the worst player in your team?
So Villa are bottom of the hub fixture ticker. So I've already got rid of Danny Ings. Haven't got any Man City players. Haven't got any Burnley players. Then we come to Liverpool. I've got 3 Liverpool players, Salah, Jota and Trent. All are very desirable at the moment, especially as we think Firmino might be injured for a little while.
Oh,
so I've got to remove a Liverpool player.
Please take Salah out. How fun would that be? And then you could transfer in like Ronaldo or whatever.
Well, I'm not transferring out Trent, so it's between Jota and Salah.
Oh, I love this. I love this game so much.
Yeah, I have thought about removing Salah just because obviously we're not captaining players and it would free up a load of money.
But not only that, like Lukaku is going to have the best fixtures in 2 game weeks or whatever, 3.
Yeah, but again, we're not going to have captains, so I don't know if premiums are that important. What I've decided I'm going to do, though...
Strategy.
I'm going to take Jota out.
Oh, you already decided. You let me sit there. Tease.
I had a little thing. I haven't thought about who I'm going to bring in, but I'm going to take out Jota.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to lose Salah because I think it could be game over for me because I'll have to wait for their fixtures to turn to get them back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and when is that going to happen? So, what
Exactly.
fixtures
So
are we looking at? And I'll bring them up in the I'll bring them up on the screen just now.
yeah, so I mean the top six, if we go through those, so we got Arsenal, Everton, Leeds, Wolves, Chelsea, and Man United as well.
And what range is that? 4 to 9.
That's from 4 to 9. So that's the top six teams. So I've got to try and pick a midfielder from that kind of section,
Right. Okay.
with good fixtures. So I mean Arsenal not really interesting me in particular because we're looking at midfielders. Same with Everton. None of the midfielders really appeal to me.
Mm,
You get to Leeds though, and I was thinking Rafinha, but we don't know what's going to go on with these bans or
that's
no
true.
bans.
But I mean, would you want Bamford and Rafinha? And also, would you care if Rafinha didn't play against Liverpool? I mean, you've got him for Newcastle, West Ham, Watford, Southampton, Wolves. I reckon you could probably still get him next week. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll if you changed it to next week.
I was going to go for Rafinha no matter what.
Oh, really? Okay, fair
Yeah, I was
play.
trying to make it a little more dramatic, but yeah. Oh no,
Sorry.
we've got Rafinha, haven't we?
Wait, have you actually still got? Have you already got
Yeah, I've
Rafinha in
actually
your
just
team?
realised.
You're
Obviously, I didn't think about it this much.
you're an idiot.
So yeah,
Amazing.
I am.
You
I am.
actually do have Rafinha. You need to get someone like Pepe though.
Do you know
just
who I'm
your
going to go for then?
insides. Yeah, go for
I'm
it.
going to go. This is very risky, but I can have a bit of fun with this.
Of course.
I'm going to go for Trincao of
Oh
Wolves,
wow,
5.9.
really? Instead of
Yeah,
Traore.
yeah, let's do it. And it also frees up a bit of money. So I've now got 1.7 million in the bank.
Why wouldn't you go for Traore? Isn't he like someone that everyone's been looking at? I've seen some heat maps for him.
Thing
He's
is,
doing better than Ben Rama.
this is going to sound like a silly reason, but I know what Traore is about, and he's not a player who's going to haul massively week in, week out, despite new system, new manager.
Yeah,
Trincao, I don't know much about him, so for that reason,
I'm in.
he could have a much higher ceiling. I don't think Traore's got a massive ceiling, so yeah,
All
I'm going
right.
Trincao.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Done,
So
boom. I'm doing it now.
you're doing it now. So this is I've got Rich's team signed in.
Refresh it, and it's done.
If I refresh it, oh, this is exciting. You actually did. That's
Yeah.
such a bad transfer. Oh my
See, you
goodness.
laughed at the last two, and I'm
I didn't
ahead.
laugh. I didn't laugh at my pie. I
Did.
just laughed
That
at
exact laugh.
well, I did laugh, but I laughed at the ridiculousness of the fact that you only had two options to transfer in. I actually really like Bamford, and of course, well, what's not to like about him? To be honest, he's
Yeah, more pay was a bit, but I mean, these are the rules, so I've got to follow the rules.
what are the rules?
I've got
Amazing.
1.7 in the bank as well, so this could open up a little bit of
Oh, look at those fixtures, by the
yeah.
way.
That's the thing. That's the thing, and I've got to keep them for 5 or 6 weeks as well, as per the rules.
Yeah, and you probably want to do longer because their good fixture run continues until game week 14 with a little bit of game week 9, 10,
Yeah.
12.
Plus, Man United's fixtures turn in it very shortly, and I'm hoping then I can get Bruno out, and I've got a bit of money on top. So yeah, I've got a little bit of money out. So that's
How much money have you got in the bank now?
1.7.
Oh, I can check that. I've got your bloody team. There you go. There you go. All right. Shall we do
Yeah,
my team now?
that's me done. That's me done. So let's see if you can catch me up.
All right. I'm
Because
going
this is
to
your first transfer.
first
Your
transfer. Very
You've
excited.
had to do nothing. You've just been rolling with a zombie team.
Pretty much. And it's been doing
Yeah.
okay. It's not doing as well as my team that I'm slightly better at managing, but not by much, let me tell you. What I did was I put all of the players that I have on the pitch into a watch list so that I could then see, and by going by form, Trent's at the top, Sal's at the top, Antonio's at the top, but the bottom four defenders is Veltman at 0.3. Now, he hasn't played enough to really bring form in, so that's a discussion we're going to have. Sufal is 2.3, which is not much better, to be honest, than Amarte at 2.7. In midfield, it's Gilmore, who is absolutely out of bounds. So it's Rafinha at 3.3, and then we've got Tony at 3.3 as well. So the worst in-form player is Veltman, and then second is Sufal.
Okay. So you have to remove those two.
I think
Or
so.
do you think that is, yeah, it's a bit of a weird quirk, isn't it? Because we've had that injury for Veltman.
Yeah.
But then I have to remove players if they're bottom of the fixture ticker. So I've just had to remove Diego Jota. He's
Yeah.
got upcoming. He's got 3 incredible fixtures. He may well play every game. So
I feel like we're supposed to give players a couple of games to figure out what their form is, and unfortunately, we're in a situation where Veltman didn't play for the first 2 games.
I
So
mean, we could give him special dispensation.
should we do that then? We could just start it now, because I don't think it's
Let's
interesting if
right,
I do
let's
2 defensive
let's do
transfers.
that. I don't think rules with this can be like we can't have extreme strict rules for every scenario. We'd have to make like
Yeah.
flow charts and stuff, and I'm not doing that, Dave, unless you fancy
No,
it.
no, I'm good. So
No,
that means that it's Amarty's out because he's, like you said, he was the same as Gilmore. He's
it's like a
fodder.
fodder.
So
Yeah.
that means that it's Sufal at 5 million, and either Tony or Rafina.
Are they the
Because
same
they're
level of form?
Yep, 3.3.
Okay, and that's according to I don't know if you mentioned it, but that's according to, so there's a drop down, isn't there, called form
Yeah,
when we get to player names, Dave.
I'll actually move this over.
Yeah.
There it is there. So you have.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's so crude. That's
so we
literally
could have
blocking
any.
us.
I mean, I think the system's crude itself, as in the point system. I don't know how it works, but
Yeah,
we're using
neither
it
way.
for
We're
the
using
purpose
it.
of form. So yeah, so you've got to remove Sufal and then one of Rafinha or Tony.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
And you've got to bring players in who are in form.
Yeah, so I'll have a wee look at the in-form players just now. And I was having a look, and I'm very excited, and I'm probably going to leave Tony, to be honest with you. So midfield form, top is Salah, Greenwood, Benrahma, Torres, Bruno, Son, Pogba, Fornals. If I get rid of Sufal and Rafina, for example, which might be silly, but it's form after all. I shouldn't worry about fixtures. I've got 11.5 million, which means I could do Torres and, actually, you know what? I
You've got
might not be able. I've only got
4.4.
4.4. That's maybe
Well,
not
hold
enough.
on. So you could look at the defenders
At
sorted by
4.4.
form. Have you got any budget defenders in there? I mean, you got Simicast, who's probably not going to play,
He might play, and it might be worth me getting another.
or Duffy. Well, it depends how far down you go in form as well. I mean, I'd say Duffy's in form.
I think Duffy's in form too.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't know why I'm helping you.
no, I like it. I prefer. I like when you're helping me. To be fair, that would mean I would lose. I would lose some money, I think. So I'm all automatically lower than you in the money thing, and that's something we're gonna have to just realize, is that when I'm bringing players in form, I'm not gonna be doing this for price rises, whatever. I'm gonna have to bring them in as is. Whereas you're bringing players in for fixtures, so it's possible that their prices haven't even moved. So right away, if I bring Torres, you're already 0.5 million better off than me, because I can't.
I hadn't
use
even
that
thought of
0.5.
that, actually. And I guess it negates it a bit because we're doing it at the end of the game week. But yeah. So, yeah, I think those moves look good.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But then let's have a look at the. Let's have a look if I was to go for, because Rafinha does have great fixtures, and a smart manager would leave him in. Let's have a look at Tony. Oh, you know what I've just realized as well? Oh, this is gonna be tough, by the way. So
You're not
if
going to have much money to upgrade Tony. You'd have to almost downgrade Tony, and
yeah.
then I don't think there's many players in form around that price unless you go for like Dennis or something of Watford.
Dennis sounds okay. We've got Antonio, Jesus, Calvert-Lewin, Ings, Vardy, Wilson, Dennis.
Yeah, but you can't afford most of those.
Well, if I put Dennis in, who actually has really good fixtures, Wolves, Norwich, Newcastle, Leeds.
Oh yeah, and then you got 6.2 for the defender.
Yeah, and I could mess around with a defender. And Alonso's top, obviously. You've got Reguilon, James Laporte, Diaz also.
I'm not going to help you, by the way. I'm just sit there silently and just watch.
That's weird. But you know what I was thinking? What I just realised that before we started talking about something else is that next week, if Rafinha doesn't return, then I'm going to have to definitely get rid of him. Does that make sense?
Do you have to keep players for 5 weeks as well? Or is that just a rule for me?
I think that was a rule for you. I think we were going to do form for me is... No, actually, I don't know. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure we have the same.
Because also, you're going to have to remove a player. You need them to drop in form as well, down the form charts.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh, but then again, I guess there's Rafinha. Yeah, I see what you mean. So then Rafinha will be your issue for next week.
He would be my next week's worst
but
player.
Then, I don't want to help you too much, but I'm gonna. So, but then if he's bottom of the form next week, you'll have to remove him, even though he's got incredible fixtures.
Yeah, exactly. So there's nothing I can do about it. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it.
This is interesting. This is like a completely new way of playing. But we've both got there's pros and cons for both form and fixtures, and your form. So
I know. So what I'm thinking is if I dinghy the because Tony's probably I'm gonna have to probably get Tony later on. But if I do Tony to whoever and then I upgrade Sufal to say Alonso for argument's sake, I wouldn't be able to afford Torres, who I think is actually a decent option in amongst all this because he's in form and I think he'd be someone who I would want to get.
Don't forget, a lot of your players, I guess it's just going to be about affordability because if players start scoring, you can get them basically. So it's just about having the money, making sure you have the money to do it. But yeah,
so I think downgrading Sufal is a good idea to someone like
you can also struggle with certain premiums. Like if Bruno just keeps ticking along, you're not going to be able to get rid of him.
No, but you'll have to get rid of him at some point. So that'll be good for me in the fight against you.
True.
Because that's
if we start getting into the stage later in the season where we start blocking each other.
Yeah. That would be amazing if we start actually getting annoyed at each other. That'd be so good. Okay, so
pressure's on, Dave. You've got to make a decision.
I know, and I this is annoying because we're here. I think I'm going to do that though. Duffy and Rafinha, or Duffy and Torres in. That makes sense, right? And then I can always downgrade Tony.
I think it makes sense.
To Dennis.
And we don't really know where this is going to go. And
no, and Torres is fun. Does Duffy have good fixtures? He's okay. But then I've got Duffy and Veltman.
And Sanchez. No wild cards either.
I just realised. Oh, mate. This might have to be a to be continued. I don't really know what to do.
You pressure me into doing my transfers during the video, and then
I didn't say anything. You said refresh it. Look at refresh it is there.
I'm impulsive. I'm just like, yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Done.
One eternity later.
All right, we're back. It only took half an hour. I've went
more
with
than that.
Dennis and Reguilon. That means that I'm keeping Rafinha for one more week. And if he doesn't do well, then he doesn't do well. And I've got to bring him out. But I have enough money in the bank to go for Torres from Rafinha if I need to. So Dennis has got okay fixtures. Reguilon seems like he's going to be fairly safe in the Tottenham defence. And yeah, so now our teams are completely different now, mate.
Yeah, people are going to be able to tell how long that took you to do transfers because it's got noticeably darker in my in between.
No, we're filming at like 7 o'clock. It's naturally getting darker anyway.
Yeah, it's getting a bit more. It's getting a bit more fun now. So yeah, so you're gonna have Reguilon. I'm gonna have Veltman.
Yep.
I'm gonna have Trincao, and you're gonna have Jota.
Yep.
Then I've got Bamford and Morpay, and you've got Dennis and Ings.
Yes, I think I'd rather your front two. Maybe not Bamford.
I actually prefer my team. The only thing I don't like is that I had to get rid of Jota.
Yeah.
But it's early days, and I've had a lot more transfers than you. That's worth bearing in mind as well. Or I've had one more transfer than you.
Yeah, that's true. And next week, if I had Torres, although Rafinha seems like he'd be a good choice to have for the rest of it. But anyway, we'll see. This is the thing. Maybe form is just too difficult to do on its own. Maybe fixtures, as we all thought from the start. But we'll see. What if my team could just absolutely smash the shit out of yours next week? I really hope it does. I hope Dennis scores a hat-trick.
We'll see.
Until next time, mate.
Yeah, until next time, up the fixtures.
Up the form. See you next time. Bye.